What is up, guys? It's your boy SteadyChaos coming to you late on a Sunday night at 1:20 a.m. and this is the first chance I've had to get the house to myself. Everyone's in bed, the wife's in bed, the kids are in bed, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about everything that's been going on with The Last of Us, and also to watch the new story trailer that's been released by Naughty Dog for The Last of Us Part 2. It was released on May 6th. I've already watched it, but I wanted to watch it with you guys and give you guys my reaction to it. I'm still eagerly anticipating this game. Just so everyone that's watching this video right now, just so you know, there may be some spoilers associated with this video. So if somehow you have not been spoiled yet with this game, I don't know how you're holding out. I don't know how you haven't been spoiled. But if somehow you've not been spoiled about the plot, The Last of Us Part 2, then turn this episode off right now, because I am going to talk about some of the spoilers. Before I jump into watching the trailer, I just have to talk about the ridiculous amounts of negativity that is swirling around The Last of Us Part 2 before the game has even been released. I mean, the game is not coming out till June 19th, yet everybody's acting like they've already played it. Everybody's acting like they've seen the entire 20 to 30 hour campaign. Everybody's acting like they've seen all the cutscenes. Everybody's acting like they've seen the entire context of the game beginning to end. Everybody's acting like they know all the characters, even the ones that haven't been introduced. Everybody's acting like they've seen all the gameplay from the beginning stage to the end. Let me just remind everyone, you've seen but a mere tiny fraction in the leaks. The first leaks that came out a few weeks ago, they showed definitively, I would say, that Joel dies. And he dies at the hands of this new character named Abby, who kills him what would seem to be in an unceremonious way with a golf club, just bashes his skull in. And a lot of people are just losing their fucking minds. Oh my god, how could you treat this character like that? It's Joel, we love Joel! Everybody knew he was gonna die, really. I mean, people have been talking about Joel's demise since 2016. Even when Naughty Dog released the very first trailer about The Last of Us Part 2, they showed Joel walking into a house through a misty cloud, white cloud. And he was younger and clean cut. He looked almost angelic, and there was probably a reason for that, because he was fucking dead. And everybody called it then, and now with these leaks coming out showing that Joel does indeed die in the first half of the game, people want to act like they're all fucking surprised. And they're all upset now, and they're not going to get the game because, oh my god, the injustice you have done to Joel. People, it's a post-apocalyptic setting. In The Last of Us Part 1, Joel fucking kills everybody and their mother, okay? He kills tons of people, makes countless enemies. Is it really all that surprising that in Part 2 that might catch back up with him? And he might suffer the consequences because of it? I mean, think for a second. Just think. And like I said, in Part 2, the leak showed Joel dying by the hands of this new character named Abby. And Abby is the daughter of the doctor that Joel kills at the end of The Last of Us Part 1 to save Ellie. So the game picks up, according to the leaks anyway, at that pivotal moment where Abby, at the time, right after Joel had killed this doctor and saved Ellie, she runs into the hospital room and she sees her dead father on the floor, and Abby is like 15 or 16 years old at the time. And so in Part 2, many years have passed, and Abby has made it her mission to avenge the death of her father. And she wants to eliminate his killer, which is Joel. And Neil Druckmann, the director of The Last of Us Part 2, has said repeatedly that the lesson or the arc of The Last of Us Part 2 is the circle of violence. So Joel killing a bunch of people in Part 1, Joel killing these doctors who were trying to operate on Ellie so that they could find a cure for humanity, because after all, somewhere within Ellie there is the answer to this fungus that's ravaged the world in the Last of Us universe, because Ellie is immune. And Joel kills this doctor, and then years later it comes back to haunt him. And he gets killed by the doctor's daughter, Abby. I love Joel, and part of me wishes that Naughty Dog had taken a different arc with his character in Part 2, but I'm not surprised he dies, and my point is nobody else should be surprised either. We knew this was going to happen. It's been rumored for almost 5 years now. So people that are freaking out about Joel dying, it fits within the context of the Last of Us universe. It makes sense. It's the circle of violence. He's paid the price, okay? Maybe you don't like the way it happens, but who fucking cares? He gets his dome bashed in. It was either that or he was going to get run over by a car or shot in the face. Something was going to go wrong in a mission. So people need to just fucking chill out about that and stop saying, I'm not going to play the game now because Joel gets killed. And then the rest of the leaks, which really there aren't a whole lot more leaks regarding Part 2, other than Joel being killed, that's the big one. But when the leaks were uploaded to 4chan and Reddit, there was also a summary of the overall plot of the game that somebody typed up. Now this entire summary is not backed up by video evidence or direct leaks of gameplay or cutscenes from The Last of Us Part 2. Joel's death is. Certain other sections are, like you will play as Abby, the killer of Joel, at certain points in the game in the second half of The Last of Us Part 2. But nobody knows for how long. In the summary of the plot, the leaker says you'll play for the last half of the game as Abby, hunting down Ellie. Then, I mean, we're taking this guy's or this girl's word for it, this leaker, that actually happens. Nobody really knows because it's not backed up by the entire gameplay footage. You don't know how long you play as Abby. It could just be a couple hours. Nobody fucking knows. And then at the end of the summary leak for the plot of The Last of Us Part 2, the leaker says that you play as Abby and you kill Ellie. And that's how the game ends. So everybody's running with that. Everybody's saying that, oh my god, look what they've done to Joel. They've unceremoniously offed him. How could you do that to a beloved character? Again, apocalyptic world, not surprising. And then they have the audacity to make you play as Abby and you kill Ellie. I can't play this game. Oh my god. When I play as Abby, I saw somebody on Twitter say, when I play as Abby, I'm just gonna intentionally let Ellie kill me over and over and over. How fucking stupid are you? That's so... Okay, dude. Yeah, you just keep dying over and over again at that section of the game. Good for you. Fucking child. But the important thing to take away is everybody's acting like it's etched in stone that Ellie dies for sure. No. There is no video evidence of Ellie dying. And you know what? If she does die, it too makes sense within the circle of violence because clearly we can see based on the story trailer and other trailers and gameplay clips that have come out from Naughty Dog, official gameplay clips from The Last of Us Part 2 that shows Ellie murdering everything. She's on a murderous revenge tour for what has happened to Joel in the first part of the game. She wants to find Abby. And along the way, she's stacking up bodies. She's killing this new group of people called the Seraphites. She's killing everyone left and right. So the fact that it might come around and bite her in the ass isn't surprising. And the fact that she may or may not die, it wouldn't surprise me either. And quite frankly, I'm not going to take it personal. It's not my story. It's Naughty Dog's story. And they can do with it what they see fit. As long as it's done and executed in a really well done way, which it's Naughty Dog, it will be. I mean, everything's going to be top notch. But the important thing to take away is this notion that Ellie dies and that it's all over social media, on Twitter, everybody just spewing this unproven toxic venom. Ellie dies. This game is gay. This game is stupid. You don't know that Ellie dies. There's no video evidence of it, so just relax.
Take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. It's a game. Okay, you'll be alright. Okay.
My advice to these people who are just spewing this unproven nonsense is to just maybe, I don't know, buy the game and play it for yourself. Experience it for yourself. And then once you're done, you can sort of look back on the game, formulate your thoughts, maybe review the game on your own YouTube channel. And then maybe you can make a recommendation one way or another whether somebody should play it or should not play it. But don't go around on all these social media sites bitching and moaning about a plot that some meathead on 4chan and Reddit uploaded that we don't even know is true. We know Joel dies. We do not know what happens to Ellie. We do not know definitively, anyway. And that leads me to my second point is just a few days ago, there has been another self-professed leaker who says they've played the game already, in that much of what we heard about happening in The Last of Us Part 2 from the original leaks, as it pertains to the second half of the game, is not actually correct. In these new leaks, they now say that instead of playing as Abby and killing Ellie, you actually play as Ellie at the very end and you kill Abby by stabbing her in the throat repeatedly. Again, these new leaks, they're not corroborated by video evidence or cutscenes or anything like that. So who do you believe? I have no idea. You don't believe either one of them. You play the game for yourself. And if you don't want to, if you're still hung up on what happens to Joel and you
don't want to give Naughty Dog your money, your hard-earned $60, because you can't stand by that plot,
then buy the game used a month in. And then after you've played it, then you can have a valid opinion on it, whether it's negative or positive. And then I have to touch on one more thing that just drives me up a goddamn wall about the gaming community.
Okay. This whole woke thing, this whole social justice warrior thing that everybody just is piling on with Naughty Dog about, just give it a fucking rest, seriously. Okay. So,
apparently a political message in The Last of Us because Ellie is gay and she ends up befriending Dina, who is another woman that lives in the same compound in The Last of Us Part 2 with Ellie, and they become friends and they spark up a romance. Oh geez, that is such an agenda. That is so gay. I mean, I feel gay just playing this game. They're pushing it on me. Oh my god, I can't play this. This is... Who cares? Who cares? If everybody knew Ellie was gay from the first game. Everybody knew she was gay from the first game. So she has a girlfriend now in Part 2. Okay? I just don't see how that's overtly agenda specific. That's just me. Besides, I play my games to enjoy them, to experience them, for the visceral gameplay, for the combat. I really don't care if one of the characters is a homosexual. I just don't care. And then, of course, from the leaks we know, I touched upon just earlier in this video, Abby. Depending on how you look at her, a new antagonist or perhaps a new protagonist. But she's introduced into the game, and of course, she is deemed by the gaming community to be too muscular. So, automatically, people are assuming that she's some sort of transsexual. And that's once again Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog pushing this homosexual LGBTQ agenda on us. Okay, I mean, I looked at her. I saw all the leaks. She's a fairly rugged woman. I mean, it is the post-apocalyptic world. People aren't sitting on their couch watching TV. They're running around fucking fending for their goddamn life and probably exercising to stay fit. I mean, I just don't see the big deal, the fact that Abby is somewhat muscular. I mean, look at Ellie. Ellie's pretty muscular too in the game. She's just thinner. So, and from what I understand, the second set of leaks that came out a few days ago regarding Part 2, they say that Abby's straight and she has a boyfriend. And at some point in the second half of the game, Ellie kills the boyfriend, I guess. So I don't necessarily believe any of this stuff, but... So I mean, so that is the level of SJW wokeness in Part 2, is Ellie is gay, which she always has been. Ellie is now grown up, she finds a girlfriend. Oh, jeez, that's shocking. That would never happen in real life. And then Abby, who kills Joel, is a woman, and she's muscular. So therefore the game has an agenda, and I cannot play it. Give me a fucking break. You guys are pathetic. I don't even care if I get downloaded at this point. You guys are just fucking pathetic. And another thing, if you don't like it, which a lot of people seemingly don't, if you don't like what you perceive to be too much wokeness in the game, make your comment, make your YouTube video. If you're a content creator on YouTube, post your video, and move on. But that's not what's happening. People that have never really shown any interest in the Last of Us universe prior to this whole scandal surrounding Part 2, they never cared about Part 1. They probably didn't even play it. And now that it's become cool to hate on The Last of Us Part 2 based on a few leaks that are really unverified other than what happens to Joel, people are just piling on, making their videos, trying to get clicks. A bunch of fucking frauds. They don't care about the game. They just see that it's a hot topic right now. Oh, so they're just going to make video after video after video after video attacking the SJW-ness of The Last of Us Part 2. And they're going to go around and they're going to tell people if it's not about the plots and it's about the wokeness of the game, they're going to say, you shouldn't buy this game. Don't buy the game. Don't get it. It's trash. It's trash. Don't get it. Look no further than what you see in these toxic message boards, okay? Based on the plot that these people don't like, which I remind you, and I've said time and time again, has not been verified, at least what happens to Ellie. This is a 20-plus hour campaign, and we've seen less than an hour worth of leaks. So people really don't know what happens, and they certainly don't know the context. And they're assuming it, and they're also saying that it's too woke. Okay, so based on this alone, prior to all this, Naughty Dog has had the most pristine of reputations. Everybody loves Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog could do no wrong, okay? Yes, the PR for The Last of Us Part 2 has been a little bit rough, but still, Naughty Dog has always been revered as a triple or quadruple A first-party studio within Sony. And now, because the game is woke, because some people don't like the plot, or just because it's fun to just pile on The Last of Us Part 2, people are just toxic as fuck on Twitter and all the social media sites. Look at this, okay? So here we have why The Last of Us story still resonates 7 years later. Just about The Last of Us Part 1. That's it, okay? Not about Part 2, it's just about Part 1 story and the bond between Joel and Ellie that a lot of people enjoyed, and the gameplay and, how it's just a legendary game. And then the very first comment is, behold, the video game female hero of the 21st century, and it's just this jacked up, weird-looking, alien-like woman, which I presume is Abby, who kills Joel. That's just... And then, of course, you have more people just haphazardly posting spoilers for everyone to see in the comment section, ruining the game for a lot of people, or at least ruining certain plot points for a lot of people because they're fucking assholes. My hype for The Last of Us Part 2, oh, it's too woke, oh, they killed Joel, everybody knew Joel was gonna die. More spoilers, Abby strangling Ellie. I don't know, it's just, what is this? Of course, a meme. It's Ma'am Part 2, because, like I said, heaven forbid a woman killed Joel. That can't possibly happen. And so they make her look like some massive Hulk figure, which this is not what she looks like in the game, but whatever. I digress. So, what I really need to do is I need to stop going on these message boards and arguing with people about it, because I just get so goddamn worked up at the people who post these comments and make these videos on YouTube telling other people not to play this game. Who the fuck do you think you are? You've never played the game. The game doesn't come out till June 19th. You've seen a mere fraction of leaks that prove that basically Joel dies, and that you play as a new character, Abby, for at least a certain period of time. That's it. We don't know what happens to Ellie. It's a 20-plus hour campaign, and we've seen minutes worth of leaks. And you've decided that after waiting for this game for 6 years, you no longer want it. Or you've never wanted it in the first place, and it's just cool to hate on it now. So that's what you're going to do at any cost to get as much attention as you can. And you're a fucking fraud. And I just wanted to get that out there. Like more leaks. More leaks. Here's Abby right here. Oh my god, that's loud. Here's Abby. Look at her. She's got little boobies. She's pretty jacked up, but I mean, like I said, it's a post-apocalyptic world. You're always on your feet, you're fending for yourself, you gotta be strong to provide for yourself and your family. It's not all that surprising that a leader amongst men and women like Abby would be strong and physically imposing. And women can be jacked up too, I don't see the big deal. Anyway, my point is, I really don't even know, this footage that I'm recording right now on Twitter, I'm not even sure I'm gonna post it on my YouTube video, because I really just wanted to convey to you my thoughts and some of my frustrations as a gamer and as somebody who has anticipated this game, and I don't want to be showing leaked footage yes, I'm discussing the leaked plot points, but I don't necessarily want to be showing the leaked footage on my channel, because I don't want to risk any copyright strikes or anything like that. So I probably won't show, the picture of Abby that I was just talking about. But rest assured, everybody's making her look like Lou Ferrigno or Arnold Schwarzenegger from the 1970s. She's not that big. She's a rugged survivor. That's how I would classify her. But heaven forbid a woman be rugged in a post-apocalyptic setting, and heaven forbid a woman kill Joel on The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, I've been arguing with people back and forth. Let's see what people say. So I can show this section, because this is just comments. Let's see what people say. I've been arguing with people back and forth on Twitter. See, not whining like idiots. I said, somebody called me out for whining about the whiners. I said, I'm not whining. You can see it down here. I'm merely calling out idiots who rip a product they themselves have never tried. It's the epitome of stupid. And nobody responded to that. I did get a few likes, which is surprising. There's been actually some people with similar opinions to mine that are starting to come around and say to themselves, like, all this ripping on The Last of Us Part 2, a game that nobody's picked up and nobody's played yet, is getting a little bit ridiculous. It's getting to the point where it's just the cool thing to do, like hating on Modern Warfare. It's just a cool thing to do. You think you're cool because you're hating on a game. You really just look like a fucking moron. But we had the whole story spoiled in its ass. Again, the whole story was not spoiled. I'd say less than 5% of it was spoiled. Yes, Joel dying was spoiled. What happens to Ellie, what happens to other characters, nobody really knows for sure. And then they make you play with said character. I think they're referring to you have to play as Abby at some point in the second half of the game, which we still don't know if it's a dude or a chick. It's a friggin' girl. Everybody knows. Talk about being hyperbolic. It's just... You feel like the idiot after you waste your $60. You know what? That's not for you to decide. That's my choice. And that's everyone else's choice. If they want to play the goddamn game, they'll get the game. They're not going to listen to some idiot on Twitter telling them not to get the game because they're upset over the plot or that it's too woke. Anyway, I'm going on and on and I digress. I gotta learn to be a little bit more concise in my points. But the point was, we have some leaks, yes, but we don't know what happens throughout the entirety of the game. We don't know what happens to Ellie. We don't have the overall context of the game. And I'm telling you right now, this game is going to be masterfully done. Okay, whether you like the plot or not, it's going to be executed in a most masterful of ways. The graphics, the ambiance, resource scavenging, gameplay, it's going to be intense, visceral, it's all going to be good, I guarantee you. The mocap, the motion capture, the facial animations, the bodily animations are going to be ground... I mean, this game looks like a next-generation game. I mean, Xbox just had their video games reveal, at least third-party games anyway, a few days ago, and it didn't really go over so well. Most of the games look like current-gen games, and I would argue that The Last of Us, and I wouldn't even argue, I think it's a fact that The Last of Us Part 2 looks miles better than anything that was shown at the Xbox Series X event a few days ago. So that's that. And now let's take a quick look at the new trailer just so I can give you my reaction. Okay, this is now just to show you how much people are hating on this game. Like I said, Naughty Dog, pristine record up until a few weeks ago. Heaven forbid that Joel dies and a woman kills him. 59 likes, 44,000 dislikes. That was a lot of dislikes. Give me a break. That's a lot of dislikes for a game that nobody has laid their fingers on. So let's just watch this trailer. And I've seen the trailer already, but I'll watch it again and react in real time with you guys.
I know you wish things were different.
Looks so good. It just looks so good. Look at that. This game is going to be stunning.
I wish things were different. Ellie! But they ain't.
Please stop.
See, Ellie's rugged there.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Look at those graphics. Are you kidding me?
To do this smart,
We've been leaving Jackson vulnerable.
This game's gonna look insane.
Do they
I'm
just get
telling
to
you.
get away with this?
How'd you find us?
So what Ellie's doing here, going on a rampage, killing everybody, this is according to the plot leaks. She's gone to the Washington area, the northwest area of the United States, and she is at this point looking for Joel's killer, Abby. And throughout the process, she's killing hunters. She's killing Seraphites, the religious group that we meet in part 2, the new group.
You can't stop this.
She is just ruthlessly murdering.
I want what you want. But not at any cost. I really hope you make it.
New character, Jesse. The combat, man. You can't tell me this doesn't look intense.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Wow. Yeah, that looks terrible. People. Why would you deprive yourself of this experience?
PlayStation.
Just based on a few leaks from some dude on 4chan. Even if ultimately you don't like how the plot unfolds, I like I've said before, and I can guarantee you, it's going to be done. It's going to be executed in a masterful way. The gameplay is going to be absolutely epic. How visceral it is, how intense it is, the character progression system, new characters that we'll meet along the journey. It's going to be an awesome experience. So please, for the love of Pearl, just get your hands on the game. Whether you buy it new or used, I don't even care. I don't have any agenda here. I just want people to experience something for themselves before they make their mind up. That's all. Especially something like this, media, entertainment. It's a 20-ish hour campaign, maybe a little under, a little over. Get the game, play it. It's going to be a once-in-a-generation type experience. This is probably going to be the game of the generation. Don't deprive yourself of that experience. Play it, review it, and then have an informed opinion on it, okay? And that's all I ask. So with that, I bid you adieu. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know how you feel. Maybe subscribe if you didn't like the video. I don't give a fuck. Downvote it. And we'll see you later, guys. See ya.